Hello students, today's class we are going to discuss about Ohm's law. Here we will discuss the relation between electric current and potential difference. Before that, here you can see one circuit diagram. Battery here, positive terminal connected to positive terminal of ammeter, then negative terminal to here you can see a resistor here, then here voltmeter, positive terminal, negative terminal connected to the key, and the other end of the key is connected to negative terminal of battery. Here we are going to study the relation between current and potential difference. You know ammeter here that we can use to measure the current. Here we have voltmeter, and here this potential difference is maintained by this battery. We can give one. Here we can take this as 12 volt or something there. Here we are using voltmeter to measure the potential difference across these 2 points. If you are changing the value of potential difference, what will happen to the current? If you are doing that experiment by keeping the value potential difference as 2 volt, you can see you can measure current 0.5 ampere there. Then like that, if you are increasing the potential difference 4 volt, then you will get the value like this. So here you can see some values based on this experiment. This we are doing to verify Ohm's law. So here you can see all these values. Here you can see now the current is increasing, potential difference also increasing. So how to state this Ohm's law? At constant temperature, the electric current flowing in a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the ends of the conductor. If the potential difference is increasing, the current will also be increased. There is a linear relation between current and potential difference. If the potential difference is increasing, current will also be increased. That we can write in the form of a mathematical expression. We can take V as the potential difference and I as the current. Then we can write V proportional to I. How can we remove this proportionality sign? By using a constant. So here we can write V is equal to a constant into I. Here we can use letter R into I. This R, we can give one name to this R, that is resistance. Okay, from this we can write V is equal to IR. This is the mathematical expression for Ohm's law. What is resistance? Resistance is the property of a conductor to resist the flow of charges through it. From our Ohm's law, V is equal to IR, we can write R is equal to V divided by I. That means this is the ratio of potential difference and the current. Then what is SI unit of this resistance? This is new for you children. Ohm. Ohm is the SI unit of resistance. This is the symbol for ohm. Consider if the potential difference across a conductor is 1 volt and the current passing through that is 1 ampere. How to write resistance? Resistance is equal to 1 volt divided by 1 ampere, that is equal to 1 ohm. Then how to define this 1 ohm resistance? If the potential difference across 2 ends of a conductor is 1 volt and the current through it is 1 ampere, then the resistance will be 1 ohm. So children, for a conductor, resistance will be very less, and if the resistance is more, we can call that as an insulator or poor conductor. Based on these values, let us draw a VI graph. Here you know VI graph means potential difference is plotted along y-axis and current is plotted along x-axis. You can see the values here. So first one, here you can see potential difference 2 and current 0.5. You can mark the point here, then potential difference 4 here, current 1. So 1 and 4 here the point 1.56, like that you can mark the points. You will get all these points like this. So if you are joining this, you will get the VI graph at a particular temperature. Now you can see you are getting a straight line having slope. The VI graph of a conductor at a particular temperature will be like this. Here you can see a straight line having slope. You know, children, from a graph we can find the slope. How to find the slope? Change in y coordinates divided by change in x coordinates gives us the slope. Then here slope, how to find? You can find, here you can see the potential difference across y-axis and current along this x-axis. Now we can find the slope of this graph. For that you can take 2 points, this one and this one. You know how to find the slope. Last year you learned this. So here like this. Then how to find the slope? You know, we have to consider this right angle triangle, then altitude divided by base gives us the slope. Then what is this altitude? Here you can see 8 minus 4 divided by, here you can see 2 minus 1. So equal to 4 divided by 1 is equal to 4. Here children, you know potential difference is along y-axis and current is along x-axis. So here change in y coordinate by x coordinate, that means potential difference divided by current, that is 4 here. So the slope of this VI graph gives us the resistance. Here you can write 4 ohm. Look at all these values. Here you can see, you know, V by I is equal to R, resistance. From Ohm's law we can write like this. So 2 divided by 0.5, what is the value? 4. 4 divided by 1, 4. 6 divided by 1.5, 4. 8 divided by 2, 4. 10 divided by 2.5, 4. So all these values are same. That's why I told you the slope of this graph gives us the resistance, and from this graph we can say the linear relation between potential difference and current. Now we can conclude this. At a constant temperature you can draw a potential difference current graph, VI graph like this. You will get a straight line like this having a slope. The slope of this graph gives you resistance. Here you can see 2 temperatures. This is the graph for that conductor at temperature T1. This is the same at temperature T2. Then from this, by comparing the slope of this, we can say about the resistance. For which one the resistance is more. So here you can see slope is less comparing to this, or we can say slope is more at temperature T2 comparing to the slope at T1. So here we can say the resistance is more at temperature T2. We can do a problem by using Ohm's law. How much current will an electric bulb draw from a 220 volt if the resistance of the bulb filament is 1200 ohm? How much current will an electric heater coil draw from a 220 volt source if the resistance of the heater coil is 100 ohm? Simple question children. Here how much current? You have to find the current. Here the potential difference is 220 volt and the resistance is given as 1200 ohm. Then how to find the current? We can use Ohm's law. V is equal to IR. I is equal to V divided by R. Here 220 divided by 1200. Here 11 divided by 60 will be there. Then you will get this answer as 0.18 ampere. That unit is very important. I is equal to V by R. You will get the value as 0.18 ampere. Then the next part, how much current will an electric heater coil draw from a 220 volt source if the resistance is 100 ohm? V given there 220 volt, resistance is 100 ohm. We have to find the current. Our equation V is equal to IR. I is equal to V divided by R. 220 divided by 100. You will get this as 2.2 ampere. Another one question. The potential difference between the terminals of an electric heater is 60 volt when it draws a current of 4 ampere from the source. What current will the heater draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 volt? Children, from the first sentence, the potential difference between the terminals of an electric heater is 60 volt. We can write the potential difference. When it draws a current of 4 ampere from the source, current also given 4 ampere, then from these two values we can find the resistance. R is equal to V divided by I, that is 60 divided by 4, that is equal to 15 ohm. Now we have the resistance of that coil. Now you have to find the current which will be drawn if the potential difference is increased to 120 volt. That time this resistance will not be changed, so we can use the same value of resistance. Here potential difference is 120 volt. Then how to find the current? V is equal to IR, you know. So this I is equal to V divided by R, that is 120 divided by 15 equal to, you can see 24 divided by 3, 8 ampere. That is the current. Next class we will discuss the factors on which the resistance depends.